morning. It is Saturday, May 9th, and welcome. So we've got a lot of ground to cover today before we get started with the practice. Sorry, I'm already a minute late. I want to start with the most important thing. Tomorrow is Mother's Day, so Mom, happy Mother's Day. To all of you wonderful mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. Today I'm wearing a shirt that my mother bought me some 24 years ago. So thank you and welcome. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about before we get started is props. We are very fast coming upon the reopening of all the studio and gym spaces. Of all the various places I work, the one thing that's consistent is there will be no access to public props. So that means everybody is going to need, and here at the Woodlands Yoga Studios, critical, you won't be allowed entry without your props. Other places, you just won't have them. So please make sure that if you don't have everything already, that you pick up a good mat for yourself. I highly recommend spending the money on a good mat. The best piece of advice I ever got from my own practice was to go buy a good mat. I was slipping and sliding on the studio mats. It just didn't work for me. I thought $100 was a lot to spend on a mat, but it was awesome. Revolutionized my own personal practice. So I highly recommend getting a good mat. If you don't want to spend the full $100, you can look into, Gaiam has a performance dry wick mat that I think is about $70. But even if you don't want to spend all that, you just get yourself something so that you can come into the various studios and gyms and actually be able to practice. The next set of props to be sure you have is blocks. If you know me, you know that I like to incorporate blocks into my practice, not just as a means of support, but as a means to help you connect to your own body and get deeper into your own practice. However, many of us need the blocks simply to help provide a little height, take a little bit of the load off and modify. So maybe we don't reach the floor all the way in our forward fold. This will let our body find the right alignment without putting strain on various ligaments and tendons, and mostly tendons. So I don't have any specific plans for the block today. They're just here for demo purposes, but please add this to your list. I'm going to put up some links in the underneath the video for you to find some cheap blocks if you don't have them already. I personally like the foam blocks. The cork blocks are a lot more stable. They're a little pricier. They're very good. I'm not a huge fan of the various wood blocks out there, but they're lighter and more solid than a foam block. Belt. Have a belt. For today, if you need a belt, you can use your towel. Always a wonderful and versatile prop to have. But a belt is going to do a lot of wonders for you. It lets you reach things that you might not otherwise be able to reach. It can help you find stability. There are a lot of fun ways to use a belt in your practice. That is your next critical prop. So mat, blocks, belt, and blanket. We've been bringing in a towel to the practice for the last couple of weeks, mostly to simulate a blanket. Now, for the blanket, there are a lot of options. Fleece blankets are a wonderful option to have, or a cheap option. They have good wool blankets that are specifically designed for your yoga practice, or you can use a cotton saddle blanket, style blanket. Those are very popular. Up to you, but they're really important for padding, for helping you sit straight at the beginning of your practice, and also for sliding around. A lot of times, and this is one reason why I prefer the fleece because it moves over a wood floor nicely. We're not doing some of the stuff today that I originally had planned because I realized that you guys are at home. You might not be somewhere that you can really slide a blanket or towel around on a wood floor. So we'll be exploring option B today. But a towel, again, can be used for that same purpose if that's all you have available. I understand that for many of us right now, money is tight. The next set of props is optional. You can get yourself a set of yoga tune-up balls, and they come in two sizes. This is the standard size. They're about the size of a tennis ball or maybe slightly smaller. Or you can get the alpha balls, which are slightly larger. They're more in line with the size of a baseball or softball. And yes, I know those are two very differently sized items. These are good for release of tissues, self-massage. And if you don't have those, you can go to any sporting goods store or Walmart and get yourself a can of tennis balls very cheaply. Or you can go, there's a place off of 242 that has, that sells lacrosse equipment. And a lacrosse ball would be very solid and a good option for rolling around on. Or last week I had my Home Medics massage ball from Walmart right by the pharmacy section. It's nubbed, but it's vibrating and it's wonderful. A little intense. Anyway, we've talked enough. Let's get to moving today. So find yourself a nice comfortable seat, sitting tall, propping your hips up with your blanket or your towel. And just let your eyes close. And let your awareness settle into your breath. As you sit here and breathe, notice how the body moves around your breath. Notice the breath itself moves within the body. Become aware of other ways in which your body is moving as you sit. Your eyes subtly moving from side to side or up and down. Perhaps a sound catches your attention and your ears move to listen. As your heart beats, the blood flows within. Your organs of digestion constantly working. Begin to add any movement that your body would like. You can begin to sway from side to side, roll your shoulders or your neck. Soft movement in any way that feels good to you. begin to come back to a still position. Allow your sit bones to grow root into the earth and extend the crown of your head up to the sky. Really lengthen out here. Try to let your spine grow long. Imagine the discs between your vertebrae filling and expanding, making you sit taller. And release. Come off of the blanket that you're sitting on. Bring it around in front of you as you come around the hands and knees. Place your knees under your hips, your hands underneath your shoulders, and see that you're not too narrow here. Try to line up so that the wrists are more or less in line with the outer edge of your shoulders. So if you find that your wrist is under your chest, just move the hands out. Grip the earth with the fingers and begin to send your hips up to the sky, belly lowering towards the earth, heart moving to the front of your mat as your head lifts, gazes forward. Check in with your shoulders. Roll the shoulders towards the hips as you extend the head further away from the hips. Allow the inner thighs to rotate towards the back of the room. Feel the outer hips begin to broaden as you do so. And then with an exhale, keep rolling the shoulders back, but roll the inner thighs towards the front of your mat and the tailbone towards the heels as your lower back lifts to the sky. And make your way into cat pose. 3 rounds of cat-cow moving with your breath. Either way, 1 inhale for cat or cow, the exhale for the other movement. And as you move through these cat-cows, actively roll your thighs forward as you move to cat and backward as you move to cow. Let the hips broaden and narrow. And then after that 3rd round, pause. Reverse the pattern of your breath as you take 3 more cat-cows, continuing to roll the thighs in and out. After that 6th round of cat-cow, pause with the spine in neutral, thighs in neutral, hips in neutral. Grip the earth. Uncurl your toes if they're curled. And begin to press the top of your right foot into the earth. So the front of your shin is moving towards the mat. All of your toenails on the right foot are clicking into the mat. Hands are gripping. Extend the left foot back behind you. Heel pushes back, leg is long, and you'll feel your hip begin to move as you shift back. Draw that left side of the left side hip even with the right. So if the hip is moving behind you, draw it even. Keep both of your hip pointers facing the earth. And then extend that right hand to the front of your mat, thumb to the sky, spinal balance. And so normally here, I majorly cue all of your extension, pushing out, getting long, letting that left hip move back, reaching that right shoulder forward. Keep your shoulders parallel to the front of your mat. Keep the top of your hips parallel to the front of your mat. Both hip bones pointing towards the earth. the same distance apart, so that left hip might want to roll up. Keep it even. Try to keep that leg fully extended for a moment, and then softly release the action at the joints of the leg and the arm, but don't lower them. Don't let the shoulders slump, don't let the hips slump. Keep the arms loose. Keep the legs loose, but still in place. And focus now on your torso. So the arms are soft but steady. The torso is finding balance. Softly begin to shorten the distance between your pubic bone and your sternum until the back feels flat. So don't let the spine lower towards the earth and artificially lift that back hip. Keep the hip level. Keep the belly level. Keep the back level. Head is extending forward. Arm is just loosely held in place without sagging. Sweep the arm out to the side. Palm faces the earth. Left toes point out towards the left. As you swivel the left leg out to the left, did your hips roll up? Keep them level. Lift the outer ankle of that left foot, awkward airplane, and then spinal balance. Knee to nose, elbow to knee, hug it in. Let the spine round to the sky. This should feel pretty good right now. And then extend back to spinal balance. Lower the hand and lower the knee. Second side. See that everything is level and flat. Knees under hips. Hands at the outsides of the shoulders. And right foot extends back behind the hip. Toes point towards the earth. Take the time to set the pose up properly for yourself. Don't let the hips roll up. Push out through the heel and keep pushing out through the heel as you draw your hips level and parallel to the front of your mat. Try not to let anything sag as you extend the left arm to the front of the mat, thumb to the sky, and reach. Really get long through the body, and then shoulders parallel to the front of the mat, hips parallel to the front of the mat. Head extends forward, spine is still long. Remember all that space you invested into the discs between the vertebrae? Find it again. And don't let the arm lower at all, but loosen the effort at the joints. Keep the heel exactly where it is, but loosen the joints in the leg and hip. Both hip pointers face down, hips are level, shoulders are parallel to the front of the mat. Sweep the left arm out to the left. Right toes pivot towards the right. Awkward airplane. Bring that foot around and check in. My hips just went all funky. Keep the hips parallel to the front of your mat. Shoulders parallel. Both hip pointers the same distance from the earth as you lift that outer ankle on that right foot. Get it up there. Spinal balance. Knee to nose, elbow to knee, hug it in. Draw the knee as close to the chest as you can. Don't let it hang down. Hug it in. Spinal balance. Lower the hand, lower the knee, curl the toes under and back, and sit on your heels. Good morning. So we're not really able to do too much traveling right now. But we are going to do some traveling on our mat without moving today. All right, wiggle out your toes. Give them a rest, swirl your ankles. Move your blanket aside. And find downward facing dog. Again, wrists are towards the outer edges of the arms, not narrow in. Taking this wider stance is really going to help out today. So instead of keeping the hands directly beneath your shoulders, walk them out a couple of inches. Fingers turn slightly towards the outside. Hips lift. On the inhale, float to plank. Press the earth away. Let the shoulders round away from the spine. Head extends forward. See that your heels are over the toes in the back foot. Notice the difference between my right foot and my left foot. Go for the left foot. Downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, dog, and pause. So we're gonna take a boat ride in a minute, but first we're gonna find the waves in the ocean. So go ahead and tuck your tailbone. I know it's an instruction you won't hear much these days, but send the tailbone towards the earth. Feel your low back round. And as you shift towards plank, make your way through cat, rounding forward. And then once you're all the way forward, find full plank, head extends away. So it's a wave through the spine, downward facing dog. And we're gonna do that 5 times with your own breath, shifting forward, arching the spine as you roll the head forward to plank. Downward facing dog. 4 more at your pace. And after that 5th wave forward into plank, pause. Hips are lifted, and this time tilt your tailbone to the sky. Press the earth further away. Really get your hips way up there. And we used to call these airplane twos back when I was wrestling in high school. So we're gonna dive our head towards our thumbs in a moment. So bend your elbows. Take them a little bit wider. Extend your head for the space between your thumbs, and you'll take a cow back. As you dive your head towards, but not to touch the earth, come forward, lowering the hips all the way up into up dog. Downward facing dog. Now, you can do that again, finding your way through airplane. Chest hovers as you come forward to up dog. And that's phase 1. You can just go straight to downward facing dog. Or if you want a little more challenge, reverse course. Let the hips lead the way as you roll over your toes, lowering the chest, pressing the earth away, and pressing the hips up, downward facing dog. 3 more, just like that. Use your breath to move, inhaling forward, exhaling back. And at any point, if it's too much to reverse your dive, you can just move straight into downward facing dog. Ooh, I almost went the other way. Then after that 3rd reverse, step your toes together, take your knees wide, lower the knees to the mat, child's pose. And rest in your child's pose. walk your hands back towards your knees and come upright. Options for my more athletic yogis here to get fancy. We're going to move so that our legs come forward. If you have Lolasana in your practice, you can just lean forward, place your hands on the earth, draw your knees to your chest and shoot the legs through, coming to seated. Otherwise, just walk your feet forward, find a legs forward stance. Sit nice and tall. Take this flesh out from underneath your sit bones if you need to. And instead of leaning or rounding forward, draw your shoulders back, head to the sky, vertebrae finding space. Sweep the arms to the sky and lift your tailbone up. So tailbone moves towards the back of your head. Fingers reach, and if your shoulders are rounding forward, roll the shoulders back. And for myself, I find it's easier if I roll the shoulders wide to make that happen. That's okay. If you have to take your hands out, make them wider, do so. But draw the arms in line with the ears. And then maybe once they're back, you can lift the arms up and keep them in line with the ears. Keep lifting the tailbone, keep lifting the top of your head. Push the heels to the front of your mat as you slowly begin to fold. If you feel your arms move forward, just lift the spine back up a little bit more. Reach for the ceiling. Doesn't matter how far down you get, most of us won't get very far here. We can all round forward and get our heads closer to our knees, but we're not working on that. Inhale, upright. Exhale, arms release. Step your feet without using your hands. Step your feet close to your hips. Palms pressed together. Round the spine forward. And then sweep the arms overhead as you find a little back bend here. Try to root your heels into the mat. With the heels rooting, press the big toe mound down. Fingers extend to the sky and round forward. Just cat-cow here, but rooting through the entire foot the whole time. 4 more. And reach those hands up as you root the feet down. Lots of work for the back today. And when you're finished, release the hands. And just give your knees a hug. You can let the spine round forward. It's going to want to find a little stretch for those muscles in your back. And then hands on shins. Shoulders roll back. Lots of shoulders roll back. External rotation of the shoulders is a huge, huge deal for us. So when we externally rotate the shoulders, those shoulder blades will begin to press into the back. And if you don't feel that, then go ahead and everybody cross your legs and just give yourselves a hug. Find your shoulder blades. If you can't find them by giving yourself a hug, you can reach over one shoulder if you need to give a hand. But just find the shoulder blades. You don't have to find the whole thing, just enough that your body is aware of them. Couple more seconds. And release, roll the shoulders out. Soles of the feet back to the earth, close to the hips. Hands on shins. Shoulders roll back, and now you feel your shoulder blades pressing into your ribs. It's okay if the answer is no, but if the answer is yes, feel the ribs be supported by the shoulders. Feel the heart move forward towards the front of the room as the head lengthens away from the hips. Keep your ears in line with your shoulders as you lean back to boat. This time we're gonna, instead of doing our normal Navasana routine, we're gonna round the spine forward, finding a little bit of cat back. Head moves towards the knees, the low back moves closer to the earth. The arms are holding the shins, the feet are round, pressing into the earth as the spine rounds. Pull with the arms to help you as you come back through both to sitting upright. Lean back, spine long, ears in line with shoulders, shoulders pressing into the back of the heart, feet pressing into the earth. And then keep leaning back until the low back begins to round. Find your cat back. Pull the body forward one more time. Round as you lower. And come on up. Spine long, shoulders hugging in, pressing into the back of the heart. Sternum lifted, ears in line with shoulders, oars in the water as you lean back. Don't let the spine round. You should know or be aware of when the body wants to round forward now. Stay just forward of that point. Fingers reach forward as the bottom tips of the shoulders press into the ribs. Press the left foot down into the mat and extend the right leg to a hover. Breathe here, sit nice and tall. If you're like me, you just found more length in your back. Keep that length as you bend the right knee, placing the sole of the foot on the earth. Press strong into the mat and hover the left foot. Extend the left leg down just a few inches off of the mat. Return the left foot to the earth and then float both heels. Push through the heels, boat. And you can stay here and just cruise down the river on your boat, or you can paddle and move a little faster. Work into those obliques. Oars rest, feet down, come on forward. Take a few breaths. Take your feet closer to you. I'll turn so you guys can see this. And my big toes are lifted as I push the feet down, so they're very close together. Lean forward, palms together as you reach in front of you. Transfer weight into the toes as you lift your hips and come up to chair pose. And all the way up, Tadasana. Step the feet hip distance apart and parallel. You need to shake anything out and shimmy, go ahead, do it now. Feet hip distance apart and parallel. Hands rest by the side. Deep, solid breath here. Do you sense your feet? If not, bend your knees, press your fingers into any part of your foot that you don't feel until you do begin to feel it. Make sure that you can feel the arches, the heels, every single one of your toes and the balls of your feet. Press the outer line of the foot, the entire inner line, and check in. Feet, inner edges parallel. So a lot of times we like to turn so the outer edges are parallel. For many of us, that creates a little bit too much internal rotation of the thighs. Inner edges parallel. Every part of your foot presses straight down into the earth except the arch. Lift the arch up into your sternum. Big lifting. As you do so, feel the tilt that happens in your hips. Keep pushing the feet down as you press stronger through the heels. Find that space between your vertebrae again as the head lifts to the sky. Tadasana, standing mountain pose. Be firmly rooted to the earth. Inhale the arms overhead. Keep pressing the heels and the big toe mounds into the earth. Keep lifting the inner arches. Feel your outer foot zipper to the mat. Crown the head lifting and check in with your arms. Mine are forward of my ears. So, to help, I will take my arms out to warrior two arms or airplane arms. Extend fingertip to fingertip. Spin the palms to the sky as the feet root. Feel the belly tone as you keep the arms in line with the ears. Keep the heels rooting, the head lifting, and the hands move towards one another until the palms press. Ears in line with arms. And then fold one thumb over the other. Keep the arms back, keep the shoulders rolling back. This will have the broadening of the upper collarbones and chest. Keep that as you reach the hands up, feet root, and on the exhale, hands lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Try not to lose what's going on in the feet. If the hips become relaxed, re-engage, press the heels down. Legs are active. And the next time the hands come down, take them behind the back. Interlace your fingers and see that your palms press together. If you have to bend the elbows, bend the elbows. But get the palms nice and together. And once again, shoulders roll back. This time, really emphasize that rolling back. Draw the shoulders as far back as you can. The shoulder blades will begin to press towards one another. You might feel your low back begin to arch forward. If you do, press the tailbone towards the heels, crown to the sky, belly tone as the pubic bone moves towards the sternum. Shoulders roll back, hands are clasped together, maybe your elbows begin to touch. If your elbows are touching, maybe you can lengthen the arms just a little bit. And then bring the shoulders towards the front of your mat. Ooh. Try to get your shoulders in line with your ears as your head lifts. Keep rooting the feet down. And if that means you have to bend the elbows a little bit more to get the arms in line, do that. Deeply bend your elbows. Get your shoulders in line, but not rolling forward. The shoulders are rolling back, but they're in line with your ears. Keep that, and then lower the hands any amount that you can without losing the integrity of your shoulders. Press through the heels. Don't change anything in your spine as you hinge at the hips and begin to lean forward, tabletop position. Moving only as far as you can. We haven't done a whole lot for the hamstrings, so we may not go as far as you think. Inhale up. Exhale, roll all the way forward. Let the spine release as you take the arms overhead. And if your shoulders are rolling back, begin to pick the shoulders away from the ears and towards the ceiling. If the arms are overhead, extend the knuckles of the fist towards the sky as you fold. Hands lower to the waist, and place your hands on the sides of your hips as you find a little tiny bit of cow back and come to standing. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Step your right foot back. Step your left foot back, plank. Downward facing dog. Here we go. So pause here and rest as I talk for a moment. Before we came through a wave, a cow back into plank, or excuse me, a cat back into plank, and then downward facing dog. And then we did a few airplane twos where we dived forward with a little cow back into our up dog. We're going to combine those movements. All right. So, on an inhale, find that cat back wave into plank, and then once you're in plank, lower the hips for up dog. Shoulders roll back. Lift your hips, find plank. Downward facing dog. And then airplane 2. Elbows bend, head and chest dive to a hover over the earth. Airplane 2, and you want to continue, you can feel free. And everybody meet in downward facing dog. Sweep your left leg to the sky, knee to nose as you shift towards plank. And we're gonna take little lowering of the hips to drop the knee to the earth. We're not resting on it. We're gonna keep it just touching. Press that right foot into the earth. Lengthen the head away from the right heel. Push the heel behind you. And then draw the left knee into the chest. Step to plank. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Knee to nose as you shift to plank. Press the earth away. Lower the knee, just get it towards the earth. We're not resting it, it's hovering or just barely touching. Head extends away from the heel. Heel presses away from the head. Draw the right knee into the chest. Plank. Downward facing dog. Walk, step, or float to the front of your mat, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha. Exhale, fold. Root down and rise. Hands to the heart. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Ardha. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, step or float. Plank. Downward facing dog. Airplane 2, into up dog. Plank. Dog. Up dog. Wave spine forward to plank. Upward facing dog. Plank. Dog. Lower the knees. And untuck your toes as you come back to a kneeling position. Let the body breathe. I apologize if you can't see everything right now. I'm on an alternate tripod. Shift your weight forward. You can use the hands if you like, otherwise keep them to your chest. Curl your toes under. Begin to root the big toe mounds into the earth. Lean the body back, so we're going to come just behind the hips with the head and lift our knees into our chest to come to a toe squat. See if your feet are a little bit wider than together. Ideally, they'd be about hip distance apart. If they're not, that's okay. Once again, push the big toe mound into the earth and just lift your hips up until you're a few inches above your heels. Your quads will be working. Keep your head over your hips, and over the count to 5, come to standing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the heels. Tadasana, hands by the side and breathe. Inhale up. Utkatasana, chair pose. Now, try to keep your knees behind your toes. I normally don't care where they're at. For today, we're going to try to keep our knees back. Our hips stay way back. Find a little back bend here. So hips up to the sky, hands up to the sky. Interlace your fingers, release the thumb and the forefinger. And then send your tailbone to the earth as you round forward into cat back. Tailbone lifts, arms help you out as you find a little back bend here. 2 more cat cows in chair. You guys have this. Use your breath. Keep the knees and hips back. Keep strong. And then rise to standing, hands by the side. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Ardha, and find a back bend here. Tailbone lifts to the skies. We're going to intensify that hamstring stretch. It's okay. If you need to bend the knees to make it happen, bend the knees. And all the way forward. Pick the arms off the earth. Cradle opposite elbows. Let the spine round forward. And then sweep the arms out to airplane arms. Arms are in a T. Spin the palms to face the earth. Hug the shoulder blades together. Lengthen the head to the front of the room as you reverse your dive, coming to Urdhva Hastasana. Hands to the heart. And step your feet wider than your hips. Toes turned out. Lower your hips to knee height. I know some of y'all are missing out on this. So we're going to give you your little hip pulses today. It's been a while. If you want to keep the hands on the earth to help hold the weight, do so. Or you can rest the forearms on the thighs or come upright and press the palms together at the heart. I'm going for the middle option today. We're going to pulse the hips slowly for 40, 39, 38, 37, shoulders roll back, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27. Try not to let the hips sag. Keep them up at roughly the same level as the knees. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 3, 4, 5, 4, 2, 1. Lift the hips, hands to the earth, and just shift the hips side to side. You can keep the knees bent. Just rock side to side. Hands on the earth. Pull the spine forward as you lower the hips. Spine long as you come to Malasana. And breathe. Slowly lower your hips to the earth. You can place the hands behind you to help. Press the soles of the feet in. And see, my legs are kind of far forward, so take the feet close to the hips. Palms pressed together. Reach the hands forward and slowly roll down. Go very slow. Keep that length. Actually, go ahead and come all the way up. So remember earlier we were talking about extending out, finding space between the vertebrae. Keep that as you round forward. And lower one vertebrae to the earth at a time. Take as many breaths as you need to. Fingers reach forward, spine slowly lowers, big toe mounds and heels press to the earth. Keep the spine long, one vertebrae touches at a time. Once the last vertebrae in your back is down, lower the head, arms to a T, and walk the heels right next to the hips. Roll your shoulders lower, so the shoulders roll behind you, backs of the hands press into the earth. Heels press down, hips lift, bridge. Try to find one line from your shoulders out through your knees as you push your knees forward. Big toe and pinky toe mounds press in. So we're not trying to find the back bend here. Keep the back flat. Slowly lower the hips to the earth. Hug the knees together and extend the right leg out. Keep the thighs in alignment with one another as you root down through the left heel. Push the left knee forward as you lift the hips, one-legged bridge. Right leg lifts, sole of the foot presses towards the sky, but don't let the hips change. So we're still keeping that one line from our left knee out through our shoulders, but the right foot presses up to the sky. Push out through the heel and lower the leg out to the right. Heel over hips, thighs come together, squeeze the thighs and slowly lower the hips to the mat. Lower the right foot. Thighs hug in, left leg extends, thighs are parallel. Keep that. Push out through the left heel and the right knee as you lift the hips. Long bridge here. Back of the head is pressing into the mat. Push strong through that right heel as the left heel lifts, sole of the foot faces the ceiling. Keep pushing through that left heel. Keep pushing out through the right knee as you lower the left leg out to the left, and it won't go all the way for most of us. It's a lot of work. Heel over hip, thighs together. Hug it in and lower the hips. Bend the knees, sole the foot to the earth. Hug the knees into the chest and begin to rock. You can rock front to back, you can rock side to side. Whatever's going to feel good for your back. And then keep the knees moving towards the chest, but relax your shoulders to the earth. Arms to a goalpost or to airplane. Lower both knees out to the right. And here's where blocks come in handy if your knees don't come all the way to the earth. You can place a block beneath your knees, or if the top knee doesn't quite come all the way, you can place a block between the knees. Left knee lifts, right knee follows, and both knees to the left. Once again, use your block or blanket to support your legs in whatever manner your body needs. Do what is required for yourself. Top knee lifts, bottom knee follows it up. Keep your shoulders on the earth and reach towards your feet. Go in between the knees and see if you can find the outer edges of your feet without taking your shoulders off the earth. You might not. If you can, awesome. Pull the tops of the thighs closer to the earth for happy baby, but don't let your hips peel off the earth either. If your hips rolled up, lower them to the earth, and maybe you just don't find the feet here. That's okay. Actively pull the tops of your thighs towards the mat, but don't let the hips peel off. Keep your shoulders glued to the earth, but extend the fingers towards the feet. If you have the feet and you would like to, you may take a peace sign finger grip on your big toes. Otherwise, begin to press the back of your hand into your calf as you push through the heels to extend the legs into a wide-legged stance. Keep pushing through the heels. You can rest the hands on the inner thighs or calves. And then bend in. Hands on knees. And just pull the knees toward you gently. On your inhale, press the knees away. And let the feet rest. On your exhale, use the hands to pull the knees to the chest. Keep breathing in this manner. The inhale presses the knees away. The exhale draws them closer. The movement of the thighs works the diaphragm like a bellows. Let the body begin to soothe and to calm. As you feel your heartbeat begin to slow, softly release the feet to the earth. Palms rest face up by the hips. Slide your feet all the way down your mat. Allow them to rest with the heels wider than the hips. Let the big toes fall away from one another. And begin to check in with the body itself. As you scan from toe to head, take note of anywhere that you sense tension, anywhere that you feel effort. And if you need to adjust your body on the mat to be more comfortable, do so now. No pressures from other people being in the room and hearing us. Just us at home today, doing what we need to take care of our bodies. Check in with your jaw, back of your skull, all of your major joints. And just allow them to release. Let your body sink to the earth beneath you. And rest. Shavasana. Draw in a deeper breath. And use this breath to restore movement to your extremities, the fingers and the toes, wrists and ankles, softly drawing movement back to your already beating heart. When your body feels prepared, roll to the side. Take a few breaths here. Pause. Hold on to that restful sensation. And begin to press your body upright to a seated position. Thank you all very, very much for joining me today, especially if any of you managed to survive not one but two disconnections in the video feed. I will try to get you guys an uninterrupted feed when I upload later. And thank you again for all the many, many times that you've visited our studio or Facebook page, and supporting us mentally, emotionally. Even if you're not in the room, your presence is something for which I have a great deal of gratitude. Thank you. Aloha. May the words of peace run through your mind, dwell within your heart, and be ushered ever forth